Alright, so today my video is going to be a little different. I want to talk about something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time, and I haven't seen a ton of people really talk about it, which, this is all stuff that happened a while ago, but I still want to cover it. I want to talk about it because I have I feel like some pretty strong opinions on this, but today's video, obviously you can tell from the title, is going to be about Sam Seder and the MSNBC controversy from a couple years back, like 5 years ago, where Sam Seder was seemingly fired from MSNBC for a tweet that some, bad taste joke that he made back in 2009. So, first of all, before we go any farther, here's the tweet, and I'm pretty sure he took it down. It says down here that he took it down. He's got a tweet that says, I regret laziness led me to delete it, but here's the tweet. It says, "Don't care, Polanski, but I hope if my daughter is ever raped, it is by an older, truly talented man with a great sense of mise en scene." So clearly, um, you know, this this was in response to Roman Polanski. He's a Polish filmmaker who got convicted of doing some very unspeakable things with an underage girl. Um, and there was some like poll or some petition that was for trying to get him, because he was in Switzerland, I believe, at the time. That's where he was imprisoned, and there was some petition or poll that was saying that he should be able to come back to the U.S. and no, nothing wrong, and that's what he was responding to, um, right here in this tweet. And I can admit, I can admit it really, I think I know it's a joke, and I don't have to take issue with it, but I can see why people do take issue with it. It's not the best joke in the world, not the greatest taste, but it's a joke. It's clearly a joke. Obviously, Sam doesn't think that his own daughter, which he does have a daughter, should have this happen to her. That's obvious. Sam does not think that. So clearly a joke, but this tweet right here, this one, it got him literally fired from MSNBC. He was going to get his own show. He had been I guess a correspondent, you could say, for MSNBC for a long, long time. He had been on Ari Melber's show. I'm pretty sure he had been on Chris Hayes a couple of times. He had even filled in for hosts when they were not there. And I'm gonna play a clip here in just a little bit of some of Sam's just his own coverage on MSNBC, him doing the show by himself, because I think it's great. I think it is really, really amazing when he's in the studio and he's sitting in front of the camera talking. I think he does it probably, in my opinion, better than anybody else. And I'm a big Chris Hayes fan. I don't watch him every day, but I do have a lot of respect for Chris Hayes. So he tweeted this out. This was a tweet, and this is from 2009. You see the date down here. And this didn't get dug up until 2017 when someone named Mike Cernovich. Here's Mike Cernovich. And if you don't know who Mike Cernovich is, I would definitely recommend that if you don't want to know who he is, because if you look him up, there's a lot of stuff on him. Mike Cernovich is an alt-right conspiracy theorist who thinks that Democrats drink the blood of babies underneath a pizza restaurant in New York City. It's just nothing this man says is correct. He's literally, and I mean this in every single way, uh, he's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. If you go on his Twitter, it is literally just, it's literally a dumpster fire. I don't know how this man is allowed on any platform at all. But it says it right here. He's a regular host for InfoWars. So that's all you need to know about him. He's just a giant piece of shit. But Mike Cernovich over here, he's the one who somehow, magically, he dug up this tweet. He dug up Sam Seder's tweet, and he just started approaching every single publication he possibly could about it. And eventually, going down the list, he got to MSNBC. And he sent the tweet to MSNBC, and they had a big, big issue with it. Now, the article in question, the original article that was published by Cernovich about this tweet is not here. It was published on medium.com, and you can see up here it says MSNBC contributor Sam Seder endorses Polanski's sex crimes in now deleted tweet, which obviously, you know, that's a fucking the biggest false clickbait article title ever. But for some reason, obviously, Medium even knows that this wasn't true because the article's gone. The article's not here anymore. You can see in the link up here, that's exactly what it says. So the article is gone. They themselves took it down. The publication that originally reported on this, they took the article down. But MSNBC, they were not happy at all with Sam Seder. They had a lot to say about this. And yes, I am using this as my source for right now. And MSNBC asked Sam Seder the day that the story, you know, because I don't think it's a story, broke, to explain the tweet. Seder replied in an email explaining the point being made in the tweet and the context in which he wrote it. Seder also provided other tweets supporting his claim. And the next day, MSNBC called him. You know, they told him that that they're pretty much right there. They're gonna fire him. And I've been having trouble finding the sources on this stuff. I really have. I've been trying to find it, and this is what Sam said to them, which I think is absolutely 100% true. He said, "There's no story here," and he told them that if they fired him, that they were going to be the story. And Sam's right; they were the story. And a bunch of publications were talking about how, you know, this was just absolutely ridiculous. He went on CNN. He did this phone interview, which I couldn't find any videos of, but. He said, "I've been on MSNBC for 14 years. I've been paid by them. I've been paid by them for over 2 years. I've had thousands of tweets since 2009. There was context for those tweets. If they can't make that assessment, if making that assessment is a bridge too far, they have no value as a news organization." And again, this story right here, the thing about Sam Seder is extremely similar to a story that I covered on my channel a couple months ago regarding Tiffany Cross, who had a very popular show on MSNBC, The Cross Connection. She had her show was extremely popular in certain demographics for people of color that were female, extremely high ratings in demographics that most all news programs just they don't do well in at all. And what happened with Tiffany Cross was Tucker Carlson from Fox News, he ran a story on his show about Tiffany Cross and called her, you know, like a racist, said she was like a race baiter and she was like super against white people and she was just thought all white people should be killed or some shit. Just some really outlandish shit. And then shortly after Tucker Carlson's story on Tiffany Cross's contract was not renewed with MSNBC, effectively ending her program. And what happened to Tiffany Cross, and that happened a couple months ago, you can go and look that up, is the exact same thing that happened to Sam. It's the exact same thing that happened to Sam, and it's absolutely ridiculous. MSNBC, you know, they will market themselves as the antithesis of Fox News, when in reality, they're little scaredy cats. They're bitches. They're pussies. And the Tiffany Cross story, and obviously the Sam Seder story, is a testament to that. There is absolutely no reason for them to do anything like this based on a short tweet. And a lot of the big publications, big news outlets, you know, they condemned MSNBC for doing this because it's ridiculous. And of all people, it's like I said, you go and look Mike Cernovich up, the amount of dumb, wrong, and just downright insane shit that this man has said in his lifetime will never compare to one tweet from Sam. Mike Cernovich is a joke in every single way. Nothing that he's anti-vax. He's anything that you can think of associated with the alt-right is Mike Cernovich. He's literally like the alt-right if it was a human being, just one human being walking on the earth. That's him. And we have this short clip here of Sam addressing his firing.
I would say, look, I know you want to avoid controversy. You can't do that in this day and age. If you try and run from something like this, you're picking a side. And you can be on the side of a guy like Mike Cernovich, or you can be on the side of people who are reasonable and should be operating in sort of, I guess, normal society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was literally a perfect take from Sam. I hadn't watched that clip yet, but that was literally 100% on the money. Mike Cernovich does not operate in any realm of the real world, at least not from what he says and does publicly. And Sam was absolutely right about this. And it's like I said, or it's like he said, MSNBC, they were the story. It wasn't Sam Seder's tweet. It was the story. Mike Cernovich and the alt-right literally tried to cancel Sam Seder, and they seemingly succeeded in doing so because of MSNBC firing him, cutting ties with him. And even Chris Hayes, who I was talking about earlier, has a very popular show on MSNBC now. He said, also, I reiterate my long-standing position that people shouldn't be fired for a tweet, particularly one that is obviously being read in manifestly bad faith. Again, this tweet was written on December 4th, 2017, the same day all of this stuff happened. There were some other tweets from Chris that I couldn't verify if they were real or not, talking about Sam and his firing, because he tweeted a lot about it. Chris and Sam, from what I can tell, are pretty good friends. But eventually, after all was said and done, MSNBC, they kind of came out and they were like, okay, well, maybe we'll do, maybe we'll bring Sam back. But regardless, when all of this happened, Sam was this close. And when I mean this close, I mean he was as close as you can fucking get to getting his own program on the network. I mean, so fucking close. I'm gonna play now a clip of coverage that he did by himself on the show, which I think is literally incredible. The way that he presents the information is he's so well spoken. He's got that charm. I know I'm kind of geeking out over Sam here. I'm gonna play the clip now.
Good evening from New York. I'm Sam Seder in for Chris Hayes. Now, it may not come as a total surprise to you to hear that Russia is once again trying to interfere in our presidential election to help Donald Trump. But the twist today is that the Trump administration is the one that is claiming it. This afternoon, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released a statement updating the foreign threat to our elections. Quote, we assess that Russia is using a range of measures to primarily denigrate former Vice President Biden and what it sees as an anti-Russia establishment. Some Kremlin-linked actors are also seeking to boost President Trump's candidacy on social media and Russian television. Donald Trump's own intelligence is publicly saying that Russia is actively trying to help him and hurt Joe Biden. The Trump campaign released a statement saying, quote, we don't need or want foreign interference, and President Trump will beat Joe Biden fair and square. But given all of the president's lies over the last 5 years, not one word of that statement is believable. Remember, Donald Trump's plan A for re-election was to get Ukraine to dig up dirt on Joe Biden and then to use that to go after him. This is literally what he said last October after the story of his abuse of power had broken and congressional investigations were underway.
What exactly did you hope Zelensky would do about the Bidens after your phone call?
Well, I would think that if they were honest about it, they'd start a major investigation into the Bidens. It's a very simple answer. They should investigate the Bidens. And by the way, likewise, China should start an investigation into the Bidens. Because what happened in China is just about as bad as what happened with Ukraine.
But that was only the first part of Plan A. The second part was to run on the booming economy he inherited from President Barack Obama. And he sure did tweet about it an awful lot. However, he might have been tempting fate, because then everything changed. Donald Trump got impeached for his Ukraine Plan A, and the economy went down the tubes thanks to his failure to deal with the coronavirus. And since then, the president has been ticking through a bunch of half-hearted plans trying to get reelected, some of which have backfired spectacularly. Plan B. the virus is contained. Plan C, the virus will magically go away. Plan D, we should reopen the economy. Plan E, we should reopen the schools. Plan F, a vaccine might be here by election day. Plan G, slow the mail down. Plan H, demonize the act of voting by mail. Plan I, label Biden Sleepy Joe. Plan J, question Biden's cognitive ability. Plan K, brag about his own cognitive ability. Plan L, claim Biden will hurt the Bible and hurt God. Plan M, get Kanye West on the ballot to steal votes from Biden. Plan after plan after plan, and now Trump has landed on Plan N, which is a kind of bunch of those combined. He's going to undermine the election, sue everyone and everything he sees as a threat, and try to pander to the base by claiming Joe Biden will hurt God.
All right, so that was the clip, and it's like I said, I think that Sam, he's got, I thought it was, especially at the end there, when he was describing all the different ways Trump was supposed to, or trying to combat COVID. It's just, he's got this, he's just funny. He's funny, he just knows how to do it. This is obviously, something that he was made to do, to cover news in a really interesting way, in my opinion. And it absolutely sucks that a huge network like MSNBC is scared of conservatives and Republicans and the right. They're scared of them. They don't give any pushback or anything like that. It's just, I don't even know what you could call it. But it's absolutely ridiculous. MSNBC is absolutely ridiculous. But I just wanted to make a video talking about this, talking about Sam, talking about how I'm disappointed he doesn't have his own program. But maybe it'll happen one day. Who knows? But if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Make sure you walk on over to the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and then press the little bell and turn all notifications on so you never miss an upload.